The next topic, final state transducers. Okay. So here there are two types of machine, that is Murray machine and then Mealy machine. So first we shall check out Murray machine. So the first question is, design a Murray machine to generate one's complement of given binary number. So one's complement of given binary number. So binary number in the sense you know that the input will be 0 and then 1. The input will be 0 and then 1. So you need one's complement of binary number. So if I take an example, if the input is 1 0 1 1, then what will be the output? One's complement of 1 0 1 1 will be 0 1 0 0. Okay, 0 1 0 0. That is, in general I can tell that if input is 1, my output will be 0. If the input is 1, the output will be 0. If the input is 0, the output will be 1. Okay, so the complement of the given input. So in Mealy and Murray machine, what you do is, along with the states itself you write the output. Okay, along with the states you have to write the output state. That is, so I will take start. Okay, start. I will take the first state Q naught. I will take the first state as Q naught. So here what happens according to the given problem? If it is 1, my output will be 0. If it is 0, my output will be 1. So I will consider, so from starting state, if I read 0, then I will go to state Q1. Okay, I will go to state Q1. So if I read 0, my output will be 1. If I read 0, my output will be 1. Similarly, so from starting state, if I read 1, my output will be 0. So if I read 1, I will go to next state Q2. So if I read 1, my output will be 0. Okay. So from Q naught, 0 and 1 is done. Next from Q1 also I should write 0 and then 1. So from Q1 also, no matter how many zeros I read, complement of 0 will be 1 and complement of 1 will be 0. So from Q1, okay, from Q1, if I read 0, my output should be 1. So what I will do, I will simply loop it here. Okay. So if I read 0, my output will be 1. If I read 1, my output should be 0. So I have 0 here, I will connect it here. So if I read 1, my output will be 0. Similarly from Q2, if I read 1, my output should be, if I read 1, my output should be 0. If I read 0, my output should be 1. So this is the output, right? We are writing inside state itself. So I will just simply loop it here. So from Q2, if I read 1, my output will be 0. So from Q2, if I read 0, from Q2, if I read 0, my output will be 1. Okay. So this is the Murray machine for the given question. So I have 0 1 from Q naught, I have 0 1 from Q1, I have 0 and 1 from Q2 also. So you have a starting state. You need not write any final states here, because within the state itself you are specifying the output. So what about first state here? The initial state you can neglect here. Okay, here you need not write anything. For this example you can neglect. Okay, so we shall see the next example. Question number 2. Draw a Murray machine for a binary input sequence such that if it has a substring 101, the machine output should be A, and if the input substring is 110, then the output should be B. For rest of the cases, the output should be C. Okay. So it is given that binary input, so your alphabet will be zeros and ones. So you have to draw a DFA. So you know to draw a DFA with a given substring. So in the question it is given that if the substring is 101, okay, if the substring is 101, then my output will be A. If the substring is 110, then the output will be B. If you have any other case, then the output should be C. Okay, so this is given in the question. So we shall draw a DFA here. So I will start from the first state, that is Q naught. So you know how to draw a DFA if the substring is given. So these two will be the base cases. Okay, so with respect to this, I will draw a DFA now. So from Q naught, 101 will give A. So from Q naught, if I read 1, 0, 1, okay, 101, then my output will be A. Okay, I will write the output here itself. So if I read 101, the output is A. Next, if I read 110, the output will be B. So I will start 1, okay, 1, 1, 0, my output will be B. Okay, so these are the two different substrings. 101 it is A, 110 it is B. What about other cases? Any other cases it will be C. So for the rest of the cases, my output will be C. Okay, so I am done with this. Next, from each and every state you should have one outgoing, alphabet. That is from Q naught you should have 01, from Q1 you should have 01, from Q2 you should have 01, so on. So this is a substring. Since this is a substring, you know that in the beginning you can have anything and at the end also you can have anything. So here also in the beginning you can have anything, at the end also you can have anything. So you can have any different cases. So from Q naught 1 is done. So I will simply loop 0 here. So from Q1 0 is done, 1 is done. So from Q2 1 is done. I need a outgoing 0. So the output here is A. I need 101. Okay, 101. So what I will do here is 1 is already done. I will take 0 to this particular state. Okay. So if I loop here 0, I will lose this string. If I get it here also, it becomes 001. So I will just take it to first state. So from Q2 also 0 is done, 1 is done. Next from Q4 0. So it is 110. So 1, any number of ones, and then 0. So 110. So at the end you can have anything. So from with respect to Q3, it can be 0, 1 and then 0, 1. Okay, so this is the Moore machine. So just remember, consider the substring. For this substring it is A, for this substring it is B, rest everywhere it will be 0. From each and every state you should have outgoing inputs. So based on the condition, complete the diagram. The next example, design a Moore machine for computing 2's complement of binary number. So you know how to find out 2's complement of a given binary number. So I will consider certain examples. So the first input, so suppose think that the input is 1011. Okay, the input is 1011. So what will be the 2's complement of this? So 1011, first take 1's complement, that is it will change to 0100 and then add 1. So when you do that, your output will be 0101. Okay, this is one example. So I will take one more example. So if the input is 1100, then what will be the output? So 1's complement will be 0011, then add 1 to it. So you will be getting 0100. So I will take one more example. So the input 1010. So the complement of it, output will be 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay. So this is an example. So you should draw a Moore machine for the given input. So here you can notice, so I will consider from least significant bit to most significant bit. So I will start from this end and I will move to this particular end. So you can check that when my input was 1, output is 1. When my input was 1, my output changed to 0. Then for 0 it is 1 and 1 it is 0. Okay. So for 1 it remained 1 itself, then everywhere you can see the complement of it. So in this example you can see, if it is 0 I got a 0, for a 0 I got one more 0, for 1 I got 1, then I get the complements. So 0, 0, 1, 1, then you are getting complement of a given number. So in general, by seeing these three examples, I can tell that, okay, so you have to assume that the input is read from least significant bit to most significant bit. Okay. So what you do is, keep the binary number as it is until we read the first one. Okay. So zeros and ones. So when you write the output, keep the binary number as it is until we read the first one. Keep that one as it is and then change the remaining ones by zeros and zeros by ones. In the sense, so when you start reading from here to this way, keep the bits as it is until you read the first one. So I am reading the first one here itself, so this one will remain as it is. So when I am reading here, I am reading 0, 0 will remain as it is. You are reading a 0, 0 will remain as it is. Next you are reading a first one, when you read a first one, 1 will remain as it is. And then what you should do, replace 1 by 0 and 0 by 1. So here you can see when you start reading from here, so this is the first one itself, 1 will remain 1 itself, then start changing, 1 will change to 0, 0 will change to 1. Similarly in this example, so 0 will remain as it is, you are reading the first one, it will remain as it is, then 0 will change to 1, 1 will change to 0. Okay, this is a simple logic to solve this particular problem. So based on this logic, we shall draw the Moore machine. So start Q naught, the first state. So what should you do? Keep the binary number as it is until you read the first one. Okay. So what happens, if you are reading 0, it will remain 0 itself. So if you are reading a 0, then it remains as 0 itself. So this continues till you read a first one. So when you read a first one, what happens? When you read a first one, keep 1 as it is. So Q1, keep 1 as it is. Once you read the first one, then remaining change zeros by ones and change ones by zeros. That is, you are finding one's complement. That is, if you are reading a 0, change it to 1. If you are reading a 1, then change it to 0. So from Q0, 0 and 1 is done. From Q1, 0 and 1 is done. From Q2, you should have an outgoing 0 and 1. So after this state, no matter what it is, write the complement of it. So if it is 0, it becomes 1. If it is 1, it becomes 0. So from 0, if it is 1, it will go to 0. From 0, if it is 1, 0, it will go to 1. Okay, this is the Moore machine. Design a Moore machine which will increment the given binary number by 1. So binary number, once again, it consists of zeros and then ones. So we shall take few examples. So suppose think that my input is 1 0 1 1. So when I increment by 1, what will be the output? My output will be 1 1 0 0. Okay, I'll take one more example. My input is 0 0 1 1. So 0 0 1 1, what will be the output? Output will be 0 1 0 0. I'll consider one more example. My input will be 0 1 0 1. So what will be the output? Output will be 0 1 1 0. So 3 examples I have taken. So we shall check out what is common in all these 3 examples. So like previous examples, I will start from least significant bit. So you can notice here, if I read a 1, it is 0, 1, 0. Now when I read a 0, it changed to 1. Then 1 remained 1 itself. Similarly here, 1 is changed to 0, 1 is changed to 0, 0 changed to 1, and when I read the next 0, it remained 0 itself. So here 1 changed to 0, 0 changed to 1, 1 remained as 1, 0 remained as 0. So what is common in all these 3 examples? So you can notice that when you start reading from least significant bit, if it was 1 and 1, it changed to 0 0. So when you read a first 0, it changed to 1 and this remained as it is. Similarly here 1 0 1 0, when I read a 0, it changed to 1, then this remained as it is. So 1 changed to 0, 0 changed to 1, then 1 remained 1, 0 and then 0. So you can notice that till you read a first 0, it will take the complement and then it will remain the same. So in simple words, I can tell that you start reading the binary number from least significant bit. Replace each 1 by 0 until you read a first 0. Replace every 1 by 0 until you read a first 0. So once you read a first 0, replace it by 1, then remaining bits will remain as it is. Okay. So here also start reading from least significant bit. Replace 1 by 0 until you read a first 0. So when you read a 0, change it to 1, remaining bits will remain as it is. 1 is 1 itself, 0 is 0 itself. So we shall draw one Murray machine for this. So start Q0, okay, Q0. So what it tells, replace 1 by 0 until you read a first 0. So replace 1 by 0, okay, replace 1 by 0 until you read a first 0. So when you read a first 0, what you should do? You should change it to 1. Keep on changing 1 to 0. When you read a first 0, change it to 1. After that, no changes. 0 will remain 0 itself, 1 will remain 1 itself. So after that, if you read a 0, it is 0 itself. If you read a 1, it is 1 itself. If you read a 1, it is 1. Similarly, 0 1 is done, 0 1 is done. So from here you need a 0 and 1. So from 0, if you read a 1, it is 1 itself. If you read a 0, it is 0 itself. So here, if you read a 1, it is 1 itself. If you read a 0, it is 0 itself. Okay, so this is the Murray machine. The next one, Mealy machine. The same problem statement I have taken. Design a Mealy machine to find 2's complement of a given binary number. Okay, the logic remains the same. So in Murray machine, what you do is within the state. So if you have written Q0, along with Q0, you will write the output state. So in Mealy machine, what you do is, so you will write a state and along with the input, you write a state. Okay, that is. So for this example, the logic remains the same. So start, I'll go to first state Q0. Okay, first state Q0. So what was the logic? If you read 0, it will remain 0 itself until you read a first 1. Okay. So if you read 0, if your input is 0, your output will be 0 itself. Okay, if your input is 0, your output will be 0 itself. This will continue till you read a first one. When you read a first one, what happens? When you read a first one, it will remain 1 itself. Okay. If the input is 1, output will remain 1 itself. Then Q1. Then what happens? After you read a first one, then if you read 0, output will be 1. If you read 1, the output will be 0. That is, if your input is 0, output will be 1, and if your input is 1, your output will be 0. Okay, so this is the Mealy machine. Okay, the logic, everything is same, but while writing the input and output, so along with the input you are writing the output there itself. Okay, so the next problem, design a Mealy machine which will increment the given binary number by 1. So I have already drawn the Moore machine for this. The logic remains the same. So what was the logic? So you should start from least significant bit. Okay, if it is 1, change it to 0. So keep on doing this until you read a first 0. So the first 0 will change to 1. After that, remaining values will remain as it is. That is, start from the first state Q0. In the beginning, if you read 1, change it to 0. If you read 1, change it to 0. Keep on continuing this until you read a first 0. So when you read a first 0, change it to 1. When you read a first 0, change it to 1. So after reading the first 0, then what happens to the remaining bits? Remaining bits will remain as it is. So from Q1, remaining bits will remain as it is. That is, if you read 1, your output will be 1. If you read 0, your output will be 0. Okay, so this is the Mealy machine. The next example, consider a Mealy machine which can output even or odd depending on the total number of ones in the input is even or odd. That is, simple example. So according to the question, the zeros can be anything. Okay, zeros can be anything. You should check how many ones do you have. Okay, so if the number of ones are even, then you have to print even. If the number of ones are odd, then your output will be odd. That is, for example, suppose think that I will consider 0, 1. Okay, and I'll consider 0, 1, 1. Forget about the zeros that you have. I have a single one here, so it will be odd. I have 2 ones here, so my output will be even. Okay, so based on the number of ones you have to write the output. Okay, so I'll take start. I'll take a state Q0. So I don't have any restrictions for 0. 0 can be anything. Okay, so if I can have any number of zeros, it will be even. When I read 1, 1, then it will be odd. That is, if I read 1, I have from Q0, I have read 1, 1, then the output will be odd. Okay, then the output will be odd. So I'll go to next state Q1. So from Q1, so 1, 1 is done. If I read one more 1, then what happens? It becomes even. So from Q0, I have read 1, 1. So when I read one more 1, then it will change to even. So from Q0, I don't have any restrictions to 0. So 0 and 1 is done. So from Q1, 1 is done, and then 0. 0 it is. So you have read 1, right? 1, 1 is done. So it is odd. So 1, 1, and then any number of zeros, it will be odd itself. Okay. So after reading 1, 1, after reading the second one, it is even number of ones. That is why no matter how many zeros you have, it is even. Okay, so the Mealy machine is done. So you have one more example. So the question is given, you have to construct Mealy machine and then Murray machine for this. So the question, it is with respect to substring. So it consists of inputs zeros and ones. Okay, it consists of input zeros and ones, and the condition is if it ends in 101. Okay, if it ends with 101, then the output will be X, and then if it ends with 110, then the output will be Y. Okay, if it ends in 101, then the output is X. If it ends in 110, then the output is Y. So it is similar to substring problem itself, but since ending is given, at the end you should have this. In the beginning you can have anything. Okay, in the beginning you can have anything. So based on this you have to draw the diagram. Okay. 10, okay, if it ends with 101, X, if it ends with 110, Y, what about the rest? Okay, so just complete this question, then the output is Y, otherwise it is Z. Okay, otherwise it is Z, that is for any other cases it will be Z.